So everyone is not there. What? What happened? Why are you so quiet? Before that, now what happened? So what we have to do yesterday? Anyone? How many of you have not taken this? Shreya? Yeah, right. Hari, you are not attendance, right? Hari, yes, this is your turn. What do you think? How you have performed? No? Vishal Babu, you have not taken the test. Lokita? Murli is there. Shreya, so I just heard Shreya, right? Why you are laughing? So happy? You want your paper? Don't want your paper? Lokita. Murli. See your paper properly. Okay. What? Yeah, online also I have corrected. Want to see that? Varshini. Shakti. She's not here, no? Okay. Hari. See your paper. Want to see your paper? Scroll down. Also, people are online. Yeah. That's fine. Just go through once. If I have missed, I've given some grace marks also. If you can see that. Okay. Where I should be deducting marks, I have given marks. Can you see that? Huh? Read the first line that I've written in your note. Okay, people are online, right? So who is online? Abhinav. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shakti. Okay, Shakti is online. Happy? Okay. Paper was really easy, right? I thought we were scoring out of all of you. It was really easy. Paper was sent by Rajan, not by me. Usually I give easy paper. Yeah. See, one thing in everyone's paper is nobody is drawing Venn diagram properly. You know, there is a word proper. You know the meaning of proper, right? I just learned it yesterday while correcting a paper. So nobody is drawing it properly, especially Sri Kruti. How can you just directly write all the and though that mistake a lot of you have done. I asked specially to come to the class today. Why you guys are not here? See, we'll discuss the paper. Let's finish functions first. Okay. If you have doubt, just put it down. We have paper. All of you have done. I suppose you could have done better. You also. Next, you have 1.5. You can see everyone actually writing this one. All no, not all the answers are correct, but they are also those marks. It is properly. When we'll discuss it, don't worry about it. I like the way you have done the Venn diagram now. The only this guy. You might have seen from book or somewhere. You might have done. I have explained that in class also. How you should be performing, means how you should be finding all the values in Venn diagram, right? One problem we have done. I know we could have done more than one, but I wanted to cover more of the more parts. Anyway, we'll start functions. Okay. Okay. Abhinav and Shakti.
Sir.
Let me tell your marks.
Okay, sir.
Abhinav. Abhinav, you have got 28.
Out of
35.
okay.
Shakti, you have got 25 and half out of 35. Varshini,
Okay, sir.
You saw your paper, right? Got it? See, what I can do, I'll share this sheet with Raghav or Bhaskar. They will forward it to you. Okay. All right.
Okay, sir.
See, when you are attending online, you should be responding when I'm asking. Otherwise, I'll just disconnect everything online, whatever it is. I don't care what Raghav is saying. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Even if he asks me not to disconnect, I'll just disconnect it. That's me.
Okay, sir.
So if you are attending online, attend it properly, respond properly.
Okay, sir.
Okay, don't be scared. I'm not that scared. Yeah. It is fun, no, to shout on someone. Ah, Goshal, how much you got? 83 and a half. You saw your paper? See, the thing is, everyone has got more than what you are deserving. Okay, so don't complain about if I have made any mistake or if I have not corrected, like you are saying, nice problem. So we can check on that. Don't worry about it. And see, these marks will just tell you what these marks will reflect what you are doing right now here. One thing is for sure, you guys are not studying in home properly. You are not doing your homework. You just think that you will come to class and everything will be fine. So it's not going to be like that. Not in physics, not in chemistry, not in mathematics. Okay, that is for sure. If you're not studying even a little bit, you're not going to do well. Go anywhere you want. That's the truth. You have to work hard. Hard means what? Just go and revise what we have done in class. See, if you keep piling up your work, so one day you'll miss out on everything. There will be too much of headache that I have to do this, I have to finish this and that. So it's better to just finish that work in that same day. I know even if I'm giving this lecture, every one of you are going to do the same thing. So it's up to you. And people, those who are online, again, I'm telling you, you have to respond it. Otherwise, I'll just disconnect the call.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we were studying real valued function, right? And I asked him to use. Okay. Yes. How many of you have understood why this is not a function? This one is this green part. Why this is not a function? How many of you have understood? Shreya? Kushal Babu, what happened? Why you so quiet? You said you had a great time. Am I sounding good? You understand why it is not? You were there in class? Why you were wrong? You understood this? See, that's the thing. When you are in online, I don't even know what you are doing. You're eating or you're playing some badminton or something. I don't know that.
No, sir.
Take it off. All of you. Just take it off. It's fine. Everyone has got COVID shot, right? Huh? You have got? Just take it off. Or we are not using any chalkboard, so don't worry. And please write the test. It will improve your. See, it doesn't matter, right? But you didn't submit that paper to me. You could have taken the photos. See, these people, they have taken the photos and they gave it to me. How many of you have not understood this? Okay. You understand? People, those who are online, this green curve, y square is equal to x minus 1. How many of you have not understood why it is not a function? It's the same rule. We all know what's the definition of functions, right? For one value of x, there should be only one value of y. Okay, as in short, I'm saying this thing. So write down while studying real valued function. So for one value of x, for one value of x in xy plane, there should be only one value of y. Then only we'll say the given expression, given equation is a function. This is called vertical line test. Okay, this is called vertical line test. So if you draw a vertical line on an xy plane, when x is your independent variable and y is your dependent variable, and if it intersect the graph twice, if it intersect the graph twice, that means it is not a function, it is only a relation. If it intersect the graph only once, then only it will be a function. Got it? So write down vertical line test. This is also called vertical line test. Write down, everyone. Vertical line test. And if you have doubt, please stop me there itself. Okay. Vertical line test. Just now I have said, what is vertical line test, Shreya? Ghoshal Babu? What is the vertical line test? What is the vertical line test? I just said. I just can anyone repeat? You can repeat it. You haven't understood? You? No? Okay, I'll repeat one more time. See, if on an XY plane, with the help of a graph, I will just show you. Okay, so this is X, Y. Here, X is your dependent variable, right? Here. So X is the independent variable and Y is the dependent variable. Okay, Sunshine, Murli. You started writing itself. Just listen to me, properly. So if there for any function y is equal to f of x, we can represent on this xy plane, right? We can represent this y is equal to f of x on xy plane. Suppose the graph is something like this. I don't know what function we are. We are not. We haven't. We are just saying we are just defining y is equal to f of x. We don't know what f of x is. Okay. We don't know the equation. The vertical line test says if we draw a vertical line anywhere, we can draw it anywhere. And if it intersects the graph only once, then it will be a function. Otherwise, if it intersects the graph twice, suppose I'll just draw one more graph here. Okay. Now, if you see, if we have drawn the vertical line, it is intersected 1, 2, and 3 times. See, here, here, and here. Even if the graph is like this, even if we draw a vertical line, it will intersect at 2 points, right? Here and there. So this will not be a function. This will only be a relation. This only defines relation. And but this one, if you just let me erase it a little bit. Okay, very good. So if we draw a vertical line for this function, let's say this is first function f x, this is g of x, and this is h of x. Okay. See, f, g, and h are just these are representation because we have more than one function. That's why I represent it as one is with f, g, and another with h. That is okay. I hope there is no problem, right? No problem, right? So if we draw a vertical line and it intersect the graph 2 times or more than 1 time, okay, so it will not be a function right now. Vertical line test. So so to be a function, it has to. Yeah, first let's see why. Let's see why. You remember this A to B, we are defining a function, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's not draw this. Oh. So we are defining a function from A to B, and we have, let's say, three elements in what? Madam, here you just ask why, right? I'm explaining and you are right noting it down. Don't do that. So three elements are here. Okay. Now let's say there are 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are here. Okay. What is the meaning of the graph? Is these are independent variables. These are domain, right? A is a set of domain because we are defining function from A to B. So this is domain and we are defining it with X, right? You're getting it right. In real valid function, we are defining it with what? X, and this with not Y exactly, f of X, and that too only the images. Okay, that too only the images. That means when a function is defined, when this has from A to B, set of element of A, these have only what? One image, right? It cannot have two images. That means one X will have only one value of Y. It cannot have two values of Y. You only said, no, this is not a function, right? So if I'm saying that this is not a function, that means here you are defining two Y, Y1 and Y2. That's what we are doing here. See, this is Y1 and Y2. Got it? So for one value of X, there should be only one value of Y. Then only the function is defined. So it is really how we can relate it with set. You understood this thing? Because we have studied sets first, right? Partition product, ordered pair, then only we came to relation, then we came to function, right? So all the steps are necessary to understand this. Now, is it clear? Do you have any doubts so far? Because all functions are relational. Function is a subset of S. It can be a relation. Relation can be defined in any way, right? Relation, even this is also a relation. Then this won't be a function. So we'll just write R here. It won't be a function. And this R, I'll write just R dash. See, in functions, most of the time we'll be using R, that is for real numbers. Okay, Shanshay, sleeping. Understood, everyone? The vertical line test, is it clear? Devi?
Yes, sir.
Note it down. Why is clear? No. Why it is not a. This why is clear, I hope. Yes or no? People, those who are online.
Yes, sir.
It's a holiday, but still they are online. This I don't like. I can understand when you have school and you just came from school and you have to attend the class. But anyway.
Sir, I'm currently outside, sir.
Outside where? London?
My grandfather's house, sir.
Okay, where is that?
Sir, it's in another part of Chennai, sir.
Okay, enjoying the weather there?
Not really, sir.
Because we are enjoying in Chennai, right? Guys, we are enjoying Chennai, right? I like Chennai, this weather. This weather is fine. I was in Bangalore and it is so gloomy. It's a little bit cold, but I don't like it. Everywhere there is dust. See, it seems because when you start, see, sun is really important. You get energy from that. And what I felt like, yeah, when even I like cold weather, but the thing is, when I was in Bangalore, so that time it is so gloomy, I cannot see the sun most of the time, and that made me crazy. And I left Bangalore and I came back to Chennai because Murli called me. He said, "If you won't come, I won't come to class." That's what he said, no? That's what he said. Yes. All right, Hari, understood? Both Hari. Got it? Okay, so hopefully this is clear. And yesterday so this is your domain. I'll write it here. This is domain, and it to be a function, this cannot be true. Then only it will be a function. That's the definition of function, right? That's what we have studied. This is what type of function, by the way? Anyone? Many to one, and it is into also, right? Because the images don't have pre-image. Even if one image, these are images. Images are range. So what is the range of this? 1 and 5 is the range. Are you understood? See, those images is from set A to B when we are defining any relation or function. Whatever the image, whatever is the image, that is the relation. Image is the relation. Okay. And other than that, this entire set is called. What is this entire set called? All right. Goshal? Yeah. Okay. So this is many to one into and into function. Okay. And we were also okay. This is codomain. Let me write it down here. This is codomain. Ranges 1 and hopefully now things are getting clear, because see, whatever we have studied so far, if you go into your home and at least solve some problems, I don't see why you won't understand this. It's not that tough to understand, right, footballer? Huh? Russia. Okay. All right. So what is we were studying how to find domain, how to find range, right? So there are certain conditions for a function to be defined. Like last problem we saw, when these two means y square is equal to x minus 1, means there are two functions, y square is equal to x minus 1 and y is equal to square root of x minus 1. So we saw for wherever it is defined, it is a function, and it is not a function. It will be a function when it will be defined only from 1 to infinity. When the domain is from 1 to infinity, then only it will be a function. And range, obviously range is from 0 to infinity. Then only it will be a function. Otherwise, it is a relation, because the graph will intersect twice. Got it? Okay. So we'll see how to find. Now just tell me from number systems. Let's discuss some number systems, some concepts. So what is this? 0 by 1 is equal to what? Anyone? And 1 by 0? Not defined, right?
Not defined.
0 by 1 is not defined. Okay, that means if I'm defining a function f of x, which is equal to, let's define a fractional part. This is called fraction, right? G or Q usually we write. So let's write Q of x. Both are variables. P is also a variable. Q is also a function. If suppose we have this function, then Q must not be equal to 0. Otherwise, this f of x will not be defined, right? So here the condition is Q of x must not be equal to 0. All right. Yes or no? Is this clear? Let's do one problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the given function is f of x is equal to x minus 1 upon square root of x minus. Let's not put square root. I really hate this. Raghav, oh sorry. Who is that? Bhaskar. Call Raghav or Bhaskar. Somebody call Bhaskar or Raghav. What is happening here? What happened? Just tell him. He will not believe you, because he will say you are complaining all the time. Change the tablet, yeah. Get one Apple tablet. Huh? Get one. Or that Samsung tablet. Tab as this is also tab as. Yeah, Samsung. अच्छा, no, it's fine. I have been using OneNote for 5 years. Anyway, right now, those who are online, just write it down. What I said, f of x is equal to x minus 1 upon x square minus 3. It was correct. Why is x minus 1 upon x square minus 3. So, yeah, thank you. This is what the answer is. I want one. See, the thing is, in OneNote, you can keep all the notes at one place. Oh, no? All right. So we'll carry on this. Okay. So the function that I just said is x minus 1 upon x square minus 3. That's what I said, right? Find the domain and find the domain. Just find the domain. Find domain. Find domain of f, obviously. Do it. You can do that later. What is the condition we just studied? The denominator should not be equal to 0. Right? Then do it. Yeah, tell me the answer. I'm blind and I'll just keep it. Yeah. So we have that. 1 point. You don't have to just write square root. Don't write. I don't want the answer in fraction and all. Maybe in your school, okay? I don't want that. Okay. Okay, this is partially correct. Anyone else? Yeah. What? Okay, one at a time. One at a time. Yeah. Let her. Simply x square minus 3 should not be equal to 0. Other than that, this function is defined everywhere. Right? Can you see that? X square minus 3 should not be equal to 0. That is the condition. That is the only condition. Can anyone else? Just put x square. Because the denominator should not be equal to 0. That is the only condition. You are partially correct. Okay? Just see where you are making the mistake. Goshal Babu, tell me the answer. Yeah. X should not be equal to root 3. Okay. See, x square minus 3 should not be equal to 0. That's what, because it's the p by q form. Okay, numerator by denominator. So denominator should not be equal to 0. Otherwise, this function will not be defined. Right? That's what we just learned, right? Before. Yes or no, Sunshine? What happened? If you have any if you have then find the answer. Yeah, yes, correct. Then find the answer. Tell me the answer. See, the definition means only this function will not be defined when x square minus 3 is not equal to 0. That means the denominator. This is p by q form, right? And q should not be equal to 0. That's what we know. If it is 0, then what p by q is not defined, right? So that's what we are doing here. So, that means this is q, this is p, right? So q should not be equal to 0. X square minus 3 should not be equal to 0, isn't it? Now, if x square minus 3 is not equal to 0, that means x square should not be equal to 3. Fine. Now, now we'll put x square, just put a square root both sides. So this will be plus or minus square root of x should not be equal to plus root 3 and minus root 3. Okay, so the domain of function f will be equal to all real numbers other than minus root 3 and root 3. Anyone, any doubt? How many of you are having doubt plus or minus? Because yesterday we were having this discussion, right? And I also explained those two are different functions. So if already it is given x is equal to minus root 3. Okay, first write it down. So this is your domain. Got it? Shruti. Ghoshal Babu. You're not responding. Are you? Nidhi, you already said the answer, so I won't ask. I won't ask. All right, shall we do one more problem? This time, Ghoshal Babu, your turn. Okay, second problem. Okay, before that, let's discuss one more answer. So, if we have a square root, see inside, if there is a function y is equal to f of x, or let's write like this. Where is it? Y is equal to square root of f of x. Okay, there is a function which is y is equal to square root of f of x. So f of x is defined if inside it should not be negative. F of x should always be greater than or equal to 0. This is the condition for function to be defined. Because we are studying real valued function, right? And if f of x, suppose if f of x is lesser than 0, that means f of x is negative, right? If f of x is less than 0, what does it mean? F of x is negative. That means what? Y is equal to square root of some negative, something negative. That means square root of negative is what? Imaginary number. Okay, it's complex number. And what we are studying? Real numbers. We are studying real numbers, right? So this is not defined. So the function will not be defined. Therefore, if you have a function y is equal to square root of f of x, okay, so the condition is f of x must be greater than or equal to 0. It can be 0, right? It can be 0, but it cannot be less than 0. Otherwise, it will be negative and it will be a imaginary number. Okay, the next, I think next chapter is complex number. We'll study these type of number. Okay, it's just inside square root. If we have negative, so that is imaginary number. So we cannot have it here because we are studying real numbers. Write down this condition. And let's solve a problem based on this. See, these, what you will do, you will go your home and whatever conditions we are writing here, you will write all the conditions in one sheet. Okay. All right. Now you have to obviously find the domain. Find domain. You can ask why we are not finding range. So I'll answer that later. The thing is, first you need to learn how to find domain. Okay? Obviously, range will do after that. That second part is range. So it's better to understand domain properly first. So we have a function. Suppose y is equal to square root of x square minus 3. Again, same problem. Now find the domain. Find the domain. Those who are online, DAV, you will answer this, okay?
Yes, sir.
Shakti, you're there?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, you will be answering this problem. You and DAV both. First, DAV will answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where is that? Yeah, got it. You have done inequalities. How many of you have studied inequalities in your school? You have done it. Inequalities. Then inequalities. Inequalities. Yesterday you were like chow 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 chow. We have finished inequalities and all. Who is there in with you? Here? Nobody. Nobody is from Sunshine. And in DAV, right? You guys are in DAV. So DAV, they haven't done inequalities. Slow. Principal is slow. She walks very slowly or not. Okay, anyway, so you are also in DAV. Okay. That means this will require two concepts. One I just explained and one is inequalities. Okay. Anyone online, can you tell me the answer? How you will do it? Everyone understood no how we will do it? The concept we just discussed, this one. You just need to apply this thing. Yeah. Now it is clear. Then why you will be doing that? Varshini, got it? DAV.
Sir,
Yeah, who is online? Shakti.
1 second, sir. I'm still doing it.
1 second. 1 second is over, right?
Sir.
Okay, we cannot wait that long. Anyway, Shakti, you got it?
Sir, x is greater
No,
or
sir.
equal to
See, the only condition what we discussed is whatever is there inside, if there is any function g of x or square root of h of x, then h of x must be greater than or equal to 0. That's the only condition that we defined.
Sir, so
right?
is it greater
means
or equal
Here,
to
what is h of x? H of x is x square minus 3. This should be greater than equal to what? 0.
yes, sir.
And if we add plus 3 both sides, we can add plus 3 both sides. What we will get? X square greater than equal to 3. Fine. Anyone, any doubt?
No, sir.
What?
Sir, I just said, sir. X square is equal.
You understood?
Yes, sir.
You can't understand. That's what you said that time. You said you understood. Okay, what you are not understanding? This condition? What? That's what I'm teaching you. No, if you don't know, I know that you guys don't know this. That's what I'm teaching you. Where you are facing problem? Tell me. Yeah, see, domain is when this function is defined. Okay, when this has to be defined, right? So the condition for this to be defined when a given function is in this form, y is equal to square root of any function is given. Okay, that means that function has to be greater than equal to 0. Then this function will be defined. If it is less than 0, what is it? If it is less than 0, if f of x is less than 0, it is imaginary number. And the topic what we have written, real valued function. That means we are studying real numbers. We are not studying imaginary numbers. So it has to be greater than equal to 0. Otherwise, y is not going to be defined. If y is not defined, then it is not a function. Okay, Shreya. So that's the condition I just gave here. Okay, you understood this thing, or do you want me to repeat it again? Yeah, tell me. It's fine. It's okay. Tell me. How do we find what? Domain. Yeah, that's what. See, domain is all the possible values of x. Okay, have I mentioned this one? Domain is all the possible values of x. That means whatever value x can take is your domain, and corresponding to that value of y is your range, right? This is your 3 image. This is your image, right? Sunshine. Okay, so all the possible. So x square minus 3. This condition, if it has to be greater than equal to 0. For that condition, what is the value of x we are getting? That's what we are trying to find, the value of x here. So if we can find the value of x, we can find domain, and corresponding to that value of y will be our range. So in that, oh, now is it clear? Nitish, Hari, everyone, I have to ask separately or what? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Paper, I saw it and I didn't like it. And you have missed n everywhere. Why you did that? I have, okay, we'll discuss that also. X square should be greater than equal to 3. And a lot of you have done it. First, I checked her paper only. That's why I remember that. I've written everywhere. Everywhere I have to write it. Did you saw your paper? Don't do that mistake. Don't do that in exam. Elements are different than sets. Number of elements, not elements. So you understood this thing, x square should be greater than equal to 3. Now for this value, that means what? That means x square, that means x should be greater than equal to plus or minus root 3, right? That's the condition. Now, how is that possible? When will that be possible? You have studied inequalities. You know how to solve it. How you will do it? Anyone? Can anyone solve this thing? We have got, so far we have got this much. Yeah. Can you solve it? Okay. Yeah, Murli. Minus infinity to minus root 3. Okay. Okay. That means some of you have understood things. Let's explain it, how we can get it. So whenever you are getting these type of values, greater than equal to, or even lesser than equal to, or equal to, whatever you are getting, these are called critical points. Okay. Like you have studied critical angle in what? Total internal reflection. Have you studied that? 10th standard you haven't studied? Physics, light. It is there, right? Total internal critical angle. So critical word, the meaning of critical is what? That something is going to change from there, right? Is a critical point in your life. Studying music. Okay, so we'll draw the number line. Okay, so this is the x-axis, number line, fine. Now we'll represent the critical points on this axis. So minus root 3 is lesser than root 3, obviously. Anybody is having doubt in this? Yes or no? Now, what is given? X should be greater than equal to, x should be greater than this value, right? That means if suppose you are putting beyond this 10 will be here, right? Somewhere around here it will be 10, right? So if you put the value of x is equal to 10, that means it is greater than root 3. So you are taking this interval. You are considering this interval, and you are also considering the root 3. Why? This is a closed interval. Why? Because there is a equality sign. Fine. If equality sign is not there, we will not take root 3. That means there will be open interval. We have discussed this in size. Do you remember this or not? You were not there. I know. You were also not there, but we will study this. Here also we will consider what? Now suppose if the value, see here, just see this equation, okay? Forget about this last one. For last one we got the critical point. Now if you put the value of x like minus 10, minus 10 will be here. No, I'm just trying to simplify things. Minus 10, minus 100, whatever you feel you can. If you put x is equal to minus 10, how much you will get? 100. Is 100 greater than 3? Yes. That means what? How you, okay. See, minus 10 square is how much? 100, right? Is it or not? That means this 100 is greater than what? 3. Okay, let's write a value here. Let's say 2, minus 2. If you put minus 2, if you put minus 2 in x instead of x, what you will get? 4. 4 is greater than 3 or not? So whatever the value you will put beyond this side, it is always greater than this value. That means this if the value is lesser than root 3, if the value is if the value is lesser than minus root 3 and the value is greater than root 3, you will always get a number which is greater, x square will be greater than equal to 3. Greater than is there. Okay. Now suppose in between this 0 is there. Fine. Everyone agrees. 0 will be there no in the middle of this somewhere because this is negative, this is positive. Sign is changing. That means there will be 0 in the middle. Let's put 0 here. Okay. So 0 square, is it greater than or equal to 3? No, right? That means we will not consider this interval. You put any number, like minus 1 is also there or 1 is there. Let's say 1. Here we have minus 1. Let's write minus 1 here. 1. Let's put 1. So 1 square is how much? 1. So 1 is 1 greater than equal to 3. So that is not true. So this interval we will not consider. Got it? Yes or no? See, we will solve more problems and it will get clear. Okay, I suppose you'll be having just a slight doubt here how to write these and all, but we'll do more problems. Okay, so how you will write these? That means we understood the value of x should be either greater than root 3 or it should be lesser than minus root 3. Okay, so how you will write? So domain of the function will be equal to, either you can write all real numbers. All real numbers is what? From here to here, but this part we are not considering. So minus from minus root 3 to root 3. And what type of bracket we will use here? Open or close? Open bracket. Why? Because we want this to balance. Okay. Or you can also write this as from minus infinity to minus root 3. That is this part. Okay. Which type of bracket here? Closed bracket, because we want this union root 3 to infinity. Anybody? Any doubt? Anyone? Any doubt? Please tell me. Shall we solve more problems? You
Yes,
understood why we are finding only domain and not range. Range will be little more complicated because we have to convert x in terms of y. So first, let's understand how to calculate domain. Okay, then we will come to range. Murli, is it clear? DAV, is it clear?
yes, sir.
And Shakti,
Yes, sir.
Pakka,
Yes, sir.
you're not lying, right? Or you are having food something. Bring some for me also. I'm tired. Okay, let's do one more problem. Let's do the combination of these two, the concepts that we have studied. Okay, so let's say y is equal to 1 upon square root of x square minus 3. I'm always giving x square minus 3, right? So now find the domain. Find domain. This is what combination of the two concepts that we have studied. One thing is a square root and it is p by q form, right? So what will happen if there is, oh, everyone, if p by q form is there, what do we do? P by q, if p by q form we have, q should not be equal to 0. This is the first condition. And if we have a function square root, then h of x should be greater than equal to 0. Right? That is these are the two conditions, right? So how you will do it? Just do it. Do it. First, find the critical point. That means the value of x for which this function f y is defined. Sunshine, any doubt? No doubt? You can do it. Just use those two concepts that we have studied just now. Done. Yeah. Now, right. Just show it on number line. First, show it on. Always draw the number line. Like in sets, what I'm saying is always draw Venn diagram. Nobody is drawing Venn diagram, and somebody, I don't know how they came directly to answer. I know you know whom I'm pointing it at, right? I never understood how you got that. In mind, you can calculate. If I'll give some complicated problem, you can calculate in your mind. Don't do that. See that? Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't deduct your marks from that. Have I? How many of you solved it? All of them. What is the answer? What is this? When the values those we are not considering, I just crossed it so that we can understand it. You don't have to write like that. Okay, you don't have to do because it will be too much. But yours is correct now. Shall we? Sunshine, you got it. That's why we are saying why we are saying that because from there only the values will change. Hopefully everyone has When you are solving this, then you have to write, because the writing of this plus and minus. So you will use study that. This is the meaning of this bracket is the intermediate. All the other than these elements you don't have any. When you are writing minus union minus okay or minus like that, all the numbers in that except these. If you are putting this bracket, that is you are considering these. See, you have solved for only one condition. You have to solve for two conditions. One more condition is p by q, right? You have solved for p by q, but you haven't solved for this square. H of x. Because h of x should be greater than equal to 0. Right? There are two conditions. Okay, let's see it now. People, those who are online, got the answer? DAV?
Yes, sir.
Tell me the answer.
Sir, x is less than root 3. No, yes, sir. X is less than minus root 3 and x is greater than root 3.
What?
Sir, x is less than minus root 3 and x is greater than root 3.
Okay, Shakti, can you tell me the answer? Because DAV, you are not audible properly to me. Either my ears are not.
Sir, should I type it, sir?
How you will do that? Anyway, let's see. Shakti, what was the answer?
Sir, I didn't get the answer.
You didn't get the answer. Okay. Why not? That where are you also out of town?
No, sir.
Then why you are not here?
Father is not here, so I was not able to come.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's see. See, we have two conditions here, right? This is a combination of two concepts that we have just studied. So one is p by q form, and here q should not be equal to 0, and one is square root. So one is your square root of h. Okay, that means what? For here, h should be greater than or equal to 0. Now, actually, the given function is p upon square root of h, right? That's the given function to us. Now, we know that square root of h should not be equal to 0, and it should be greater than equal to 0. If you combine these two, that means h should be greater than 0. We'll get this condition. Okay, we are going to get only these two conditions because it cannot be equal to 0. We are already defining this, so only this one. Okay, this is required. So y is defined everywhere unless it is x square minus 3 is greater than 0. This condition must be satisfied. Okay, that means x square should be greater than 3. Now from here we will find the critical point. Okay, so critical point is x is equal to plus root 3 and minus root 3. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll represent it on number line. Okay, minus root 3 and plus root 3. Is that fine? Anybody is having any doubt? Now just check any value. If you take this side to the right side of root 3, suppose any value here, you take any value, and you like why I'm taking it, why I'm taking 10 all the time, because it's easy to calculate, right? So if you take 10, so 10 square is how much? 100, right? So that means all the values this side will satisfy this condition, and all the value lesser than root 3 will satisfy this condition. Okay, but if we consider plus root 3 or minus root 3, what will happen? It will be equal to 3, right? In that case, it will not be satisfied, because if you take, if x is equal to root 3, if you are considering, so what will happen? X square will be equal to what? 3, right? But here we have x greater than 3, not equal to. We don't have the equality sign, so we cannot take plus root 3 and minus root 3. So there we have open interpolation. Okay, so all the values other than these. So how can we write this? Either we can write domain of function is equal to this. So minus infinity to minus root 3, open bracket, union root 3 to plus infinity. Either we can write like that, or we can write all real numbers minus root 3 to root 3, close bracket. How many of you have written this? How many of you have put this bracket here?
Sir, me, sir.
Huh? Nobody. I just saw in someone's notebook. I forgot. Now see, everyone will start correcting it. Don't do that. Is this thing clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
No. See, equality sign is not here. There is no equality sign. No. There is no equality sign. If you consider minus root 3 and plus root 3, then what will happen? X square will be equal to 3. But here equality sign is not there. Right? So it is only greater than. What? See, I'm subtracting this. I'm subtracting it from real numbers. Okay, that means I don't want this root minus root 3 and plus root. That's why I'm subtracting minus root 3 and plus root. Got it? Is this thing clear, Smurti? Yeah, if you want to take some water or something, you can have it. Just take it. What's the time, by the way? Is domain clear? You're getting it? How we should proceed to find domain? Mostly we are, if in your first CBSE, I don't think anything beyond this is going to be asked. Okay, in range also. A range, so there itself is not there in exact what I see. Is it there? Range, do you have to find range? You have examples. Okay, we'll do that range also. You have examples. I just want to see if range. Anyway, so these things is there in NCRT. No, this is how we have to find these questions are given. Is there, right? It's fine. Okay, Sunshine, is it clear? Now it can be find. Shall we do one more problem? Okay. Write down. Do it. Find domain. Find domain. Sunshine, you can do that. Got it, everyone? How many of you play chess?
Yes, sir.
We should play online. What do you say? See, there is nothing called good player or bad player. It's how you learn it. What's your progress graph? You also play chess? See, those who play chess will play on Sunday. Or whenever you get bored, you can just tell me, okay, we can play chess. You also play chess? You know, how many of you know how to play chess? Everyone.
Sir, I got the answer, sir.
What's the, yeah, DMV. Yeah, you are saying something.
Sir, I got the answer, I think.
Yeah, tell me DAV the answer.
Sir, minus 1 is less than x is less than 1
-1
is less than x is less than 1.
Anyone has got any different answer? Yeah, DAV. Oh, sorry, sunshine. This is DAV answer. One comma infinity. Okay, this is sunshine. Anyone else? That means this. Anyone else? No, yeah. How many of you have got this? How many of you have these two are same, right? These two are same. So DAV, if you are writing answer, you should write in this manner, okay? In terms of
Okay, sir.
set. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Sorry, in terms of interval, not set, what I'm saying. These are intervals. Okay. How many of you have got this? Raise your hand. You have got last one. Last one, how many of you have got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You also got the last. No, that is. How many? That means all from DAV have got same answer. You are also from DAV now. You should tell me. Shout. Okay. Let's see which one is who is correct. What's your answer? Show me your notebook. What is it? It's the same condition you have to apply. Same condition. Plot your number line, mark the critical points, and check. Do it. What is check it? Check it out. Check it out. Mark the critical. How many times I'll tell you? Draw this. Draw the number line. Draw the number line. Mark the critical points and check your answer. Yeah, you want to say something? Check your answer. Too. How many of you got? So you are fixed on your answer. Let's solve it. Understood your mistake? Huh? Oh, okay. Shall we? Let's see here. See, y is equal to 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square. Right? That is given. It's kind of similar to the previous problem, is it? Okay. So 1 minus x square should be greater than 0. That's what we have solved in previous problem. Now, see, the thing is, if you haven't learned inequalities, that's why you are making this mistake. I can understand this. So what we'll do, we'll subtract 1 both sides. Okay. Subtract 1 both sides, what will get? X square should be greater than what? Minus 1. Okay. And what you guys have done this. X square is greater than 1. Right? Everyone has done this thing? No? Okay. What you have done? What you have done? Okay, first you have to find X square. On that, okay. Yes, so everyone has got this far? Yes or no? And directly cancelled. How many of you directly cancelled this minus 1? Raise your hand. I want to see that. Murli, raise your hand. Murli, just raise your hand. Both your. You corrected it later, but anyway, that means that problem is there, still there. Right? Raise your hand because you have done the same thing. I saw your paper. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? Let's see this thing first. Understand this thing. Okay, everyone, see here. Let's understand this part. Let's understand with the help of numbers. What do you say? Suppose, let's say if it is given minus x is greater than minus 1. So forget about this x square. Let's write y, or even forget this. So let's take completely different variables. Okay, if minus z is a variable. Okay, minus z is greater than minus 1 is given. So what can be z? Z can be 0. Can z be 0 or not? Yeah, minus 0 is 0. No, z can be 0. So 0 is greater than what? Minus 1. Fine. Z can be minus 2. If listen, if z is minus 2, it is greater than minus 1. Yes or no? Achha. Okay. Okay, I got it. Some people are very reluctant to this. Let's say this. 2 is greater than 1. This so everyone will agree. Fine. Now I'll put my negative. I will multiply negative both sides. Minus 2, minus 1. Is this correct? Is minus 2 greater than minus 1? No, it's not, right? So whenever we will multiply minus 1 both sides, we'll change the sign of inequality. Okay. Therefore, whenever there is inequality, whenever we will put negative sign minus 2 and minus 1, will change the sign of inequality. Okay. Same thing goes with dividing also. See, 2 is greater than 1, right? So 1 by 2 is not, is it greater than 1? 1 by 1? No, right? It's not. I'm cross multiplying it. It's not greater than 1, right? Is it greater than 1? If we take the reciprocal also, it is not greater than 1. So that time also the equality sign will change. Okay. So how this is the mistake you have done here in this problem. So don't think like I'll be giving the same problem again and again. There is no use of it, right? So we learned something new here. Yes or no? That means the sign of equality will change. Now you understood? Yes or no? That means if we are writing in terms of x square should be lesser than 1. Which we multiplied minus 1 both sides. We multiplied minus 1 both sides. So what we did, it was greater than sign. So what we did, lesser than, which is the inequality. Is that okay? Now find for this. Now x square, from here you will find the critical point. Critical point is what? The value of x, right? So what is the value of x here? It will be plus 1 and minus 1, 2 values. Now represent this on the axis. Yeah, it is greater. I'm just saying critical point. I'm not saying this is the value of x. You can just write critical point. Don't even write x. Doesn't matter. Okay. So critical point is plus 1 and minus 1. From here, it's only we are finding. So this is minus 1 plus 1. Is that okay? Now in the middle you have 0 also. Sign is changing. That means in the middle there is. Now you put 0 in this equation. 0 square is how much? 0, or you can put it here also. There is no problem because we are solving this thing there now. So either you can put it here or you can put it here, or in all the problems. This is just the more simplified version, so that's why we are putting it here. Okay. So 0 square is lesser than 1. Yes. So that means 0 satisfies this equation. Now, if you put, let's say 10. So 10 square will be how much? 100. Is 100 lesser than 1? Yes or no? No. Now, if you put minus 10. So minus 10 will again be what? 100. So 100 is lesser than 1. Yes or no, Goshal? Greater than, no? That's what I'm asking you. Yes. Okay. So that means, and equality sign is also not there. It's not equality sign. So we will not consider this. We have open interval here. Okay. And all the values in between this will take, because 0 satisfies this. Inside this interval, you take any value. It will satisfy this equation. Okay. Yes or no? You just take 1 point to 0. Or if you want 0.1, you can put there also. It will always be lesser than 1. Okay. If you take any value beyond, let's take 2. 2 square is how much? 4. But 4 is greater than 1. So this is not satisfied. So all the values in the middle of -1 and 1. So domain of this function will be equal to all real numbers minus all real numbers, no, not all real numbers. It is -1 to 1. This bracket, right? This bracket, no. This is correct, right? Is this correct or not? It's not correct. Yeah, we are not considering 1. There is no equality sign. You keep talking, both of you. You are not paying attention what I'm asking you. Is this bracket correct? Do you have any doubt? Open. Anybody is having any doubt, please tell me now itself. Yeah, you have some doubt. But it is also square root, right? We are also putting square root. If you remember, last problem we have solved like that. See, there is a square root in the denominator. Last problem also we solved like that. It is not equal to 0. No, if it is greater than 0, that means it is not equal to 0. We are not taking no greater than equal to 0. We are just taking greater than 0. We are not considering 0 here. Yes or no? Okay. See, when we are writing x is greater than 1, that does not mean x is equal to 1. It is always 1.00000001, 100 times 0, 1, but not 1. Okay, when you are writing x is greater than 1, or if x is lesser than 1, any value lesser than 1, but not 1. Okay. So is this thing clear? Kushal Bhalu. Write down your homework. Okay, homework. What this? Who's Bhaskar? Bhaskar will post in the group. Okay, I'll give it as an assignment of this.
Sir, we got an assignment for August 1st.
What?
Sir, we got an assignment for August.
Yeah,
1st.
that assignment I gave last week. It got uploaded yesterday, today or yesterday.
Yes, sir. So are you talking about that one, or you're talking about a new
So
one?
that I gave last week only. That was supposed to be your paper that you have written. No, just solve that assignment. It is
Okay.
easy if you're conceptually strong, you will be able to solve it.
Okay,
Mostly the problems are easy. 1 or 2 problems you will find not tricky. I won't say tricky, but if your concept is fine, you will be able to solve it. Okay, so do that assignment. The assignment that was uploaded today. Okay, because from next week your test is also coming. No? So from relation and function, I will make a separate assignment for you. And on Sunday we'll have another test based on relation and function and sets. Monday, what you have? Computer science. So what is there in computer science? What is there in computer science to study? Biology you have, no? So biology, what is it? What chapter you are studying? Huh? Life process? Then? Okay, I don't know that. Okay, okay. So what? So Saturday is fine for test? And a test is to improve your mathematics so that you can. Huh? That's not you will learn. I wanted to discuss this paper also and the second assignment also before that, before your mathematics exam. What? Hey, you can take online test, no? You can take online test. See, what you can do is you can take online test. So 1.5 hour time is there, right? What you will do, you will write your test and you upload your sheets. That's what you can do, no? You said you want to do it as an assignment. See, the test is to make your concept strong. Okay, you will find out where you have to work hard. Like this paper, if you'll see, you will understand where you are making the mistakes. Okay. Huh? Louder. Second is your mathematics exam. So first you want to take the test. What day is that? Monday is first. No. Saturday you have to take the test. Yeah, this Saturday. Today it is Thursday, right? You have Friday and Saturday. Both first till now, whatever I have taught, everything will do. Yeah, till whatever I have taught. We have not finished it, right? We have some time. 41. We started at what time we started? Let's no 15 minutes. So I was in the meeting, right? Let's study some functions, different types of functions. Can anyone plot this graph of this? Black screen, right? I also want that. I usually teach in black screen, but somehow you'll have to talk to them that way. Okay, can we convert? But again, the colors. That's fine. Okay. 3 dots. Where is that? Black dot. Happy? It's subtle, right? I have to change the colors then here. Where is white? Okay, so shall we try to plot this? Okay. Can anyone imagine? Leave it. Let's not try to plot. Let's study special functions. Have you studied about logarithmic function? Quadratic function. I'll slap you if you don't say no. So in 8th standard, you have studied quadratic function. In your 10th standard, you have studied quadratic. That was COVID time, so we kind of studied that. Is that what you're saying? Polynomial functions, right? What is a polynomial? Huh? So first one, we will, like in your NCRT also, it is given a constant function. Okay? Constant function. Okay. What is a constant function? That means the value of y is a constant, as simple as that. So y is equal to constant. Like y is equal to 2 or y is equal to -3, anything. If you plot an xy curve, how it will look like? This is your y, this is your x. So y is equal to 2, that means straight line. So this coordinate is your 0, 2. Everywhere it will be like it is 2, 2, like that. So it's a constant function. Constant function will always give you horizontal line. It's a horizontal line. What? No. As we use this, here value of x is 0 now. On y axis value of x is 0. So where it will go, the value of x is 0. Y will always be equal to like constant. So y is equal to constant. This right? Y is equal to constant. Fine. Keep writing. Everyone keep writing. Second one is your. You haven't studied logarithmic functions. Not yet. Modulus functions. Modulus you have studied. Why not logarithmic function? Okay. So number 2 is your. I'll start with polynomial. I don't think is. So polynomials. Or let's write first quadratic function. Quadratic function. Quadratic function is quadratic equation is polynomial of degree 2. Okay. So if you have a function y is equal to f of x, it is defined as some constant a x square plus bx plus c. So this is how we define a quadratic equation, right? So you have the highest order, highest degree as 2. That's what quadratic. If you have 3 degree, that is cubic. If you have 4, that is biquadratic, right? Like that, we keep on processing. Okay. So these are parabolas. Okay. These are called parabolas. The graph, when you plot in XY curve, it will be a parabola. Okay, and let's understand this. In shortcut, obviously, we are not. We have a quadratic equation chapter also, right? I suppose there also will study this in details. Okay, but for now, so you get two roots of this, right? Two values of x. When you solve it equal to 0, right? So you get alpha and beta as your root, right? Minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2, right? That's what you do now. So from there you get two values of x because you are substituting y is equal to 0 at that time, right? So let's see how it looks like. So if your discriminant is, that is d, capital D, b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, so it will be a parabola mouth opening upward. Okay, something like this. Okay, and if it is negative, so it will be something like this. Okay, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. And this one root is your alpha and another root is your beta. Root means where the value of function is 0. At this, on x-axis, y is always equal to 0. So this is x and this is y. Okay, that's how you solve, no? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That's what you have solved till now, right? So you are finding alpha and beta, that is two roots, which is for which y is equal to 0. So here y is equal to 0, that is this. Okay, so this is your quadratic equation, quadratic function. Yeah. So we have to write the domain and range of this also, right? Yeah, because we are studying functions. So what will be the domain here? Domain of this function? It is defined for all values of x, right? So all real numbers, right? What is the range? Right? Range is a constant, whatever value you are, or if you are taking -2, whatever values of y you are taking, right? So range will be a constant. Because range is the value of y, domain is all the values of possible values of x, where the function is defined. Here, what is domain and what is range? Yes. So domain is all real. Again, you can define for all values of x. If it is not defined for all values of x, that means what? Again, we'll go to imaginary numbers. Okay, for this equation, as of now, we will see where we have to exclude it. It is not exactly defined for all real numbers. Okay, for now, for this function, just write it. It is defined for all real numbers. We'll check when it is not defined, when we are studying this quadratic equation, or maybe in next class. Okay, I just want to define all the functions. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it will not be defined. That's when it will not be defined. Okay, so see, that's the problem. You know, when we are studying something, we should not be skipping anything. Right now, I'm skipping few parts, and I'm saying we will be studying it later. But that is not the way to study. Okay, because if you have some doubt, it should be clear. That's why we are taking so long to study functions. Even functions is much more than what we have studied till now. Okay, but anyway, we'll discuss that in the upcoming classes when the function is not defined, because it will take some time, and I suppose everyone wants to go home. Enough torture. Because you only said no, so already we are sitting for fun. You said no. So hopefully you will be able to solve all the problems from your book, except range. Just go with just see in your NCRT the range, how to find range. In for this, see for this case, range is all real numbers, right? Because x you can take all the values here, and y. See, actually you have to find this value. So range will be above this, not all the values. Range will be above this. If we are considering all real numbers, that I will say all values of x, but actually we need to find this one. So this point can be found using the signal. Okay, so that's why I am not explaining this quadratic further, because there are certain points you have to calculate this point. Then only we will be able to define. You have to define uh, where if the number will be imaginary, because the square root is also involved. No, sorry, square root. Some function will be involved. So those things we need to define for this, the concept that we have studied. So that's why just let's leave this quadratic equation as a mathematics test will be on Tuesday. DAV means okay, range we have not covered everything, right? Range we haven't covered everything, but just go through your NCRT once. Range, I don't think there is too much in range. You just need to like if you have y is equal to f of x, any function like x minus 1. Okay, you just here y is expressed in terms of x. Now to find range, what you will do, you will express x in terms of y. So you will write x is equal to y plus 1, right? And now find the values of x for which it has been defined. Find the values of y for which x has been defined. I think why? Yeah, here in this case it can take any time because x can be any time. X is all elements. Here also y is all elements. If you because you don't have any restriction of this x, right? X can't be. No, it can be one. No? So if x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, it will be minus 2. So minus 2 is a real number. So what? 0 is also a real number. What are you see everywhere? If the function, when we are saying it is not equal to 0, when it is 1 upon x minus 1, that time x will not be equal to 1. Got it? Because denominator cannot be equal to 0. We are saying that case. It is defined everywhere except 1. So you will write real number minus 1. And this bracket means what? Curly bracket means only that number. Okay, only that number we are considering. All right, so just go through. I know I haven't finished range because this function is very long chapter, but I suppose you can calculate domain now, right? In next class also we will be further we'll be doing functions only. Okay, we are not going to start a new chapter. All right, but hopefully your test will be okay. Just go through, and if you have any doubt, just note it down, and maybe on Saturday or Sunday, if you have any doubt, just ask Raghav to take an online class. Not class, means a doubt session. If you have any doubt, just get it clear before your test. Okay. Hopefully everyone will do good in test. Okay, everyone. Bye bye. See you next time. Understood everything? From
Yes.
next time there will be black background. 3 dots. Anyone is having any doubt as of now? Those who are online, Shakti and the DAV,
No, sir. No
No,
doubt.
sir.
they never have doubt. They will never have any doubt.
Sometimes I do, sir. I'm not.
See, those who are online, they will never have doubt.
Sir, sometimes I do, sir.
Then why don't you ask? You are not asking not even a single doubt.
Sir, I've asked before, sir. Not.
Okay, that means everything is clear. Yeah, you book your. Okay, so bye bye. What are you doing? After this session? I think you are submitted us. No one else. You have uploaded it. The thing is, if you are not doing that, you are not it is corrected. The thing is, I have identified one moment, but one moment to be here. I think most of the things you want to See, first thing is, so you understood, no? This you have missed everywhere. Most of the breath I have not even done. And in the Venn diagram, justify this meaning how you are getting 8, because 8 is not given. See, what value is given? NH is given 25. That means this whole complete value is given 20. So you have to show that. I'm not given. And whenever you are drawing a Venn diagram, just mark it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and show how you got value of A. In your mind, see, maybe you are able to solve it now. This problem, maybe this problem. There can be problems which may take some time, but you have calculated this in your mind also, right? So you just show it there. No, that's what I'm saying. That's it. If you can show it there, yeah, the formula you have written. So I'm not saying anything about the formula. See how you got this 8, how you got this 8. So that's what I'm saying. If and see, let's say NH, let's say what NH is given 25, right? HT, what is it? HTI, right? And NH is what? Just complete. That means A plus B plus G plus B. Yeah, you have to write. That's what. No, you don't have to draw. If once you have done it, you don't have to draw anything else. Okay, you just draw this thing and you justify this how you got the answer. I know it is correct. The teacher who is correcting that person also knows it is correct. But when you have a subjective paper, not objective paper, then you have to show this, show your work. So that is the only thing I felt is missing. And of course, and everywhere you have done that same thing. Draw the Venn diagram. Whenever possible, just show it. You have a lot of time to solve it, right? You must have finished like half an hour or 15 minutes before. Yeah, right. So you have the time, just show the Venn diagram. I really like this one. Or what you can do if you don't have time, just assume A is equal to some set A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, B is equal to 1 to 5 or 6, anything. C is, because this is every time it is collected. I saw your assignment also. You have done like this. I'll give you full marks for this. I give 1 mark extra, then I thought okay, you'll be getting 34 and a half. 34 and a half. No, that should not be. That's why again change 1 to 1 and a half. But good. Where what book you are using? A2 solve. What is that? No, but you should be.